You were not brought here to settle for shit you don't want. You were not brought here to have pieces of sexy candy dabbled in front of you for it to be snatched away and the answer no comes up. No. You have believed that because of who you have been conditioned to be. Hello, my fellow HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? How's everybody doing? Huh? How's everybody doing? Are we standing in our brazen impudence of having exactly what we want? If you didn't answer yes to that, this is the video for you. Okay, let's get to the basic bitch shit. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the Dropbox below. They're in the screens that just went by. Yeah. I have TikTok. I have Instagram. I would love for you to join me everywhere. I would love for you to subscribe and join me here. Let me judge you. Let me help you on your manifestation journey. Yeah. I upload I do the best that I can to upload daily over here. Okay. I do have channel memberships. One of them goes live together on tonight. This is my exclusive lives coaching group. This is the group where we don't talk about your circumstances. We don't talk about your circumstances. We don't allow any form of marinating. Okay. This is the non-trigger group. This is a group where we are judged. We share tips, tricks. We share, successes, right? And I obviously have my own talk time. That's what Tuesdays is for, okay? It's the judge group. It's the weekly judge. If you don't know what judge means, it just means like, to amp up, to make better, to give you a little pep in your step. That's a judge, okay? The Friday group, which is the brand new channel membership, circumstances are allowed. You may ask me anything specific. It is a trigger warning group because of that. Now, we had our first session last week and it was absolutely wonderful in my opinion. It was wonderful. No one really marinated. We did hear circumstances and details. We heard stories, but we didn't marinate. And maybe it's not your turn to get in the hot seat, but those who are getting a turn might have a similar circumstance to you. So you're still walking away being judged. You're walking away with answers. And I put a post up in my community spot, showing some of the reviews or responses to how Friday went. I felt really good after that. I'm not going to lie to you. Felt really good. And I think other people did too. And I know that people who are in the exclusive lives group are interested in upgrading. A lot of them are. So you might enjoy the hot seat / group coaching. What is wrong with me today, Kim? You might enjoy that one if, you would like 10 to 15 minutes of getting in the hot seat, talking directly with me, just me, and asking me anything about your own personal scenario or your manifestation journey. So it's exciting. I'm really, really excited. I'm really looking forward to Fridays. I really enjoyed this past Friday. I'm not going to lie to you. Like a lot. And I'm not just saying it because it's my group. Like I was happy. I was very pleased. And that's not to say I don't love my Tuesday group. I don't mean it like that. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to jump in. And this was asked by one of my channel members. She made the request, Miss She Girl. I think it's She Girl or Shy Girl. Oh, I always screw it up. wanting me to put another video up about brazen impudence. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. And because of the way my body responded to her comment, I'm like, that's got to be done today. I can feel it. That's the video that's got to go up today. So, brazen impudence. Brazen impudence in Kim talk is absolutely, unequivocally not accepting no for an answer. It is absolutely you completely and utterly denying your 3D logical literal senses. Meaning, if you're manifesting a specific person, and currently your specific person is saying, no, I don't want you. I don't want to be with you. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to go out with third party instead. Fuck off. If that's your scenario, it would be brazen impudence for you to be like, no, not my reality, yo. Okay? That's not who I am anymore. I'm the version of myself that gets whatever I want. I'm the version of myself that is completely limitless in love and relationships. So no, you're not choosing third party. You'll be choosing me. Thanks. And no, I don't mean verbally saying that to your person. I mean, you're standing in your brazen impudence. Now, before I go any further, this is a reminder. There is bloody dog hair all over these things. I'm sorry if you see it. This is, my little special reminder. You are not expected to be perfect on your manifestation game all the time. You are not expected to. You can have bad days. You can have days where you're feeling emotional. It is, in my opinion, completely and utterly normal to have moments of doubt. It's normal. It's normal, okay? So please don't walk away from this video in any way, shape, or form thinking it's me telling you have to be perfect at all times to manifest. It's not. However, in my personal experience, my personal manifestation journey, I do believe that we do have influence on time. And by influence on time, all I'm saying is the more we are brazenly impudent in regards to what we're manifesting, as long as we are being brazenly impudent, and to me, it's about being brazenly impudent in regards to not only what you're manifesting, but who you are being relative to what you're manifesting, okay? The more time spent deciding that you are your new version, the quicker we see change in our 3D. That has been my experience, hands down, literally on everything. Meaning, since Kim started really paying attention to I'm deciding to be this new version and how quick things change in my 3D, when I am making that decision and sticking to it and having very few moments of doubt, boom, it's very quick that I see my 3D reflecting that state. Now, by state, that just means who you believe you are, okay? So I use those phrases intermingling or intermittently. Editing Kim here. Interchangeably. Okay? So, now, obviously, you know me, I'm going to have a prepared Neville, little Neville section for you, because Neville is where that phrase brazen impudence comes from, at least in the manifestation community, okay? To ask, seek, and knock mean assuming the consciousness of already having what you desire. Thus, the scriptures tell you that you must persist in rising, which just means to assume, to the consciousness of your wish already being fulfilled. The promise is definite that if you are shameless in your impudence, in assuming that you already have that which your senses deny, it shall be given unto you. Your desire shall be attained. Now, I'm hoping you're understanding what the promise is. The promise, now listen, I am not talking about the experience of the promise, the actual physical, spiritual type experience of the promise. That is not what I'm referring to in this moment, okay? That's a video in itself, meaning like what Neville experienced, the promise, okay? And that is a real thing, just saying. But what I'm referring to, the promise of you being able to have whatever it is you're desiring. It's called the promise for a damn reason. It's because it's promised to you. If you would remain brazenly impudent in the decision of who you believe you are, denying your senses of what you're currently seeing in that 3D or what you're actually feeling on the inside, right? If you're having doubtful thoughts right now as you're watching this and your 3D doesn't look anything like that which you desire, if you would stand firm in your brazen impudence of believing and accepting, it's deciding you are the version of yourself that is having your exact desire. I don't know. She's acting like a lunatic today. Meaning, it's one thing if right now in this moment you're watching this, like I just said, and you don't feel any different. You don't feel like you're trusting and believing that this is going to happen for you. You're having a day of doubt. But instead of allowing yourself to marinate in the doubt, instead you decide, no, that's not who I am anymore. I am becoming the version of myself that has no limited beliefs around love. I know I'm chosen. I know I'm wanted. I know that I am unconditionally loved. I know I can experience all of my desires. I can experience having the love of my life in the most juicy, sexy, sassy, saucy relationship. That's who I am now. I'm treated like a queen in my relationship. Whatever it is that you're manifesting, you are deciding that's who you are now. When you stand firm in that and don't give in to the disbelief, right? Even if in this moment you're not believing and you're doubting, don't give into it. Meaning you don't have to sit and marinate in doubt. That's a choice. You can just say, nope, that's part of my old thinking. I don't even have to, I don't have to fight this off. I don't have to flip thoughts. I don't have to fight the feeling off. But I can still tell myself, I might not believe right now. I might be having doubts right now. But I'm choosing to believe I'm becoming that new version. No matter what I'm seeing out here. You can make that choice. You can. Okay? You can. It is choice. I love you all. It's choice. So even when you're experiencing, opposing thoughts, you ain't got to fight them. But you also don't have to marinate either. You choose to marinate. You choose to marinate. And how do I know that? Because I've been that person choosing to marinate too. So it's choice. Okay, it's choice. Now, I'm going to be honest. I saw a little TikTok video the other day that kind of got under my skin, and I'm going to discuss it. It was a manifestation creator saying that it's not often talked about, how sometimes you just feel exhausted. You just feel exhausted. That should be discussed more in the manifestation community. No, what should be discussed is you're feeling exhausted when you're doing shit you don't need to do to manifest. That's why you feel exhausted. Honestly. When this journey starts to feel a little uncomfortable, you're allowed to take a damn break. Take a break. This should never have to feel like a part-time job. So we don't want to normalize feeling exhausted. You're feeling exhausted? Time to take a break. And time to ask yourself, what am I doing that my manifestation game, deciding to be new self, is making me exhausted? That's your indicator. Okay, what am I doing here? 9 times out of 10, when I talk to anyone and they tell me they are just exhausted, they're sick and tired of this manifestation journey, 9 times out of 10, I can go right through what they're doing and pick, okay, why are you doing this? Most of the time it's flipping thoughts. Most of the time. Why are you flipping every thought? You don't have to. You don't have to live in fear of your thoughts. You're still fearing thoughts. Do you see what I'm saying? So no, being exhausted on your manifestation game, that is an indicator you're doing either way too much, you're putting too much pressure on yourself, and a lot of times it's choosing to give in to our senses. We're choosing to marinate. And then again, you're not expected to be perfect, okay? But at the same time of not having to be perfect, you also don't have to overdo this. Your manifestation, whatever it is you're doing, your journey, your techniques, whatever it is you do personally, right? Because each one of you is deciding as an individual what is going to work for them manifestation-wise. It's a choice. If what you're doing makes you fucking miserable, makes you tired, that's not the kind of brazen impudence I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about you forcing yourself to do things. That's not the brazen impudence Neville was talking about either. It's the decision of no matter how I'm feeling today, I'm choosing to believe I'm becoming this new version. I don't need to sweat this. I don't need to fight these thoughts. I don't have to be perfect. I'm still getting what I want. I'm still going to win. How is that exhausting? How is that in that moment exhausting? That should bring relief. That should bring relief. And if little talks like that to yourself, like what I just did, feels like too much for you, even in this moment as you're watching this video, now it's time for a break. We need to take a break and reevaluate what you're doing on your journey, because this shouldn't feel exhausting. It shouldn't feel exhausting. Can this journey feel a little uncomfortable, a little bumpy? Yep. As you're breaking the habit of being an old self that would react and believe every single thing that they saw in their 3D. Yeah, we're breaking the habit of being that version of yourself. So we can feel a little uncomfortable, but your manifestation game overall should not feel exhausting. Just want to say that. I think that's really important. So, brazen impudence, guys. Brazen impudence. There is no limit to the power of belief or to the possibilities of prayer, but you must be brazenly impudent and not take no for an answer. Try it. When I say you are all imagination, I mean it. Neville Goddard. Now listen, are you understanding it? Are you understanding what it means to be brazenly impudent? Do you understand that even right now in this moment, if you've just been rejected, if you've just been told no for something that you're manifesting, if you've just been rejected from your specific person, I can't even talk today. If you see that they've chosen a third party instead, it is not for you to look at that situation and think, well, manifestation over, I can't have it now. They pick someone else. No, we don't give up. We don't give up unless you want someone else. That's different. If you choose another SB, you choose another SB. But if you are sincerely wanting that manifestation, we don't give up. It doesn't matter what you're seeing in that 3D. It doesn't matter how you feel today. It doesn't matter. Decide you're not taking no for an answer. Decide that you are worthy and deserve anything and everything you want. You were not brought here to settle for shit you don't want. You were not brought here to have pieces of sexy candy dabbled in front of you for it to be snatched away and the answer no comes up. No. You have believed that because of who you have been conditioned to be, and you believed it. And out of habit, you stepped into that version of yourself day after day after day. Well, this is where you say, fuck that. I'm done with that life. If you're not happy, if you're not seeing what you want, you be brazenly impudent and decide, I am becoming the version of myself that I am living the best life. I am becoming the version of myself who knows she or he is worthy of having every single thing I want. And if it pops up into my mind and I decide I want it, that I'm having it because that's who I am now. Doesn't matter what anybody outside of me says. Doesn't matter if my friends ask me questions I don't like about my life. I can shut them down and that's going to be okay. I can set boundaries when I need to, and that's going to be okay. I can do what I want that brings me joy. Hate your job? Decide you're going to be the version of yourself that either loves that job or finally gets to do what you love and make money from it. You decide that's who you are now. You're unhappy with your appearance? Then you decide you're becoming the version of yourself that is in love with themselves on top of whatever it is you want to fix or change. Decide you're the new you. You want that specific person? Then you fucking decide that no matter what you're seeing out there, that you're getting what you want because you are worthy of the love relationship that you desire. You do not settle for less. Now, this is Auntie Mama Kim talking. You don't accept what you don't want. And if your current SP is not showing up and treating you the way you want, not only are you allowed to verbalize it by setting a boundary if you feel like you want to. You don't have to. But if you want to, do it. And at the same time, you decide that you are the version of yourself that is worthy of the best treatment ever. You're the queen. You're the king. You're on the pedestal, right? You're the one that's the main priority. You're the one who is cherished, loved. That's what you're going to decide you are now. That's the version of you you're going to be. If there is anything in your mind telling you, well, no, I'm going to have to take care of this before I can manifest it. No, that's an excuse to keep that manifestation away from you because you don't feel good enough right now. Now, listen, I'm not telling you have to force yourself to manifest. If you don't feel ready, fine. But if you're making excuses like, I'm too fat right now, because that was always my excuse. I got to lose weight first, then I'll do it. No. Do them both at the same time if you're that adamant about it. There's never going to be your perfect moment. There's never going to be the right time. All you're doing is let time escape you. Time's not linear, but you know what I'm trying to say. No, you're ready now. Decide that's who you are now. We don't settle for what we don't want. Are you hearing me in this message today? Okay, wasn't planning on screaming in this one. I wasn't. Just wanted to talk about brazen impudence. If you subscribe to my channel, you are officially a fellow head bitch in charge, boy, badass, whatever. You are an HBIC, and we don't settle for what we don't want. So stop thinking you have to. Be brazenly impudent and decide you don't give a shit what you're seeing in that 3D. You are still going to get what you want. It's still going to show up because you've decided that you are now the version of yourself that has that manifestation or is going to have. Either one is fine. Going to does not keep it out in the future. You are deciding that that's who you're becoming. You're becoming the version of yourself who loves yourself and knows that you're having the most unconditionally loving, sexy, sassy, saucy relationship ever. That's who you are now. You make that decision every day. You return to that decision every day, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what really you're thinking, meaning if you're marinating in doubt, you can choose not to marinate. You don't got to force your thoughts, but you can choose not to marinate. Decide to marinate in being the new you and imagining what that life would be like as that new version of yourself. Your imagination is your I amness, your God connection. Imagine away, dream away, but decide that's who you are now. And you tell yourself, I'm in the right fucking reality. I'm in the reality where I get what I want because I'm choosing to be brazenly impudent. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.